What up, what up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mo.J and we are locked in. This is episode 6 of Harlem. And let me break it down for you real quick. Ty is broken up with her white girlfriend Anne, so she doesn't feel like a sellout. Angie is being Angie. Quinn, she's about to get a 2-night stand. Also, she just got an offer for $25,000 to make a dress for Camille's ex Ian's new fiance. Camille's upset about it, but at least Jameson is back in the picture. So before we get into this episode, shout out to the notification gang. If you're new to the channel, you want to be a part of it, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Hit that like button. It's the easiest thing you can do. Now, Camille, are we going to be able to get this friendship back in order? Because this is no way to be mad at a friend for taking a business opportunity. So let's jump into it. This is episode 6 of Harlem. Guess what, people? It's cuffing season. Yes, the exact time that we're in right now. Unfortunately, I don't have anybody, so ladies, hit the DMs up. But let's get back to the show. First thing I like to point out, because you know I like details. You see right here, they got these PlayStation 4 controllers. There's no light on them, so they're not even playing the game. They just, whoa! That's how you know it's a woman director. But anyway, Camille is narrating because she's actually teaching a class, and they're showing clips of everybody in their cuffing season moments. And she's saying if humans had a mating season, the wintertime would be it. And I believe that because I was born in August. My brother was born in September. My mom was born in August. My dad was born in September. So that means that that November, December, January time frame is when people really be getting it in. Now, you remember Nora. Well, Camille's her assistant now. And she's saying, Dr. Pruitt wants to see us. She wants to see us. She's like, oh, yeah, she hit me up on Facebook, on Messenger. Camille's saying she got a Facebook. She's like, yeah, she got a Facebook and we send each other funny messages. So we need to get in there. Now, Camille's looking at it. You're getting a little close to Dr. Pruitt and I'm getting pushed away. I'm an assistant to a student. Dr. Pruitt, businesswoman, business first, business second. Get the job done. I don't want any complainers. Now, she's telling Nora and Camille that they're going to work together on a project. Nora's going to do the relations that Native Americans have, and then Camille's going to do what the African Americans have. Now, Nora's like, oh, that's smart. That's brilliant because I'm Native American and she's African American. Dr. Pruitt is, yeah, at least we're on the same page. So y'all go ahead and start this little research for me and get out of my office. Now, the ladies are doing something. I don't know what this is. I've never heard of it, but they're in there steaming their vajayjays. And they're in here talking because this is like the barbershop for us, I guess. Y'all go in here, y'all sit around, steam it up and y'all talk. But Ty actually apologizes to Quinn. And I always say it in every show and I'm going to continue to say it. Conversation rules the nation. If you just talk to somebody, you can normally talk your way through things. And they're sitting in here, they making little jokes about, things that would be considered white people. I know since I moved to California, I got a little cart. I put it in my trunk. So when I go to the grocery store, I can put all my bags and stuff in there. La-dee-dee, la-dee-dee. When I first seen my brother get one, I was like, damn, that is white, but it's convenient. Angie being Angie, she talking about this steaming of the vajayjay is good because I'm getting ready for big season. They like, what is that? She talking about you gotta go get you a dude that's a little bit bigger because he'll keep you warm. He'll be that blanket. Now me, I'm 6 foot 180s, ladies, so don't think you about to get any extra fat or anything on me. You know what I'm saying? Slim nigga season all year round. Angie starts thinking about one of the guys that she only hits up when it's big season. You know what I'm saying? She goes over there. He's like, oh, what's up, Angie? I ain't heard from you. She said, yeah, I'm just living, but what's good? Now, he already got him something. He's like, man, I'm not about to keep getting used by Angie all winter. She coming over here throwing that thing on me, wearing me out because I'm pretty sure Angie can go. So he's like, goodbye, Angie. I got to be something over here. Camille finally shows up and her and Quinn, they actually talk about it and she apologizes to Quinn. She's saying that Mira stole her dream life. No, Mira didn't steal anything. You let your dream life go away because you wanted to pursue your career and you didn't want to wait for the man that you thought was perfect for you. But she was just saying Mira stole her dream life and she didn't want her to steal her friends, but that wasn't going to happen. So at least we got the friendship back together. It didn't even take us a whole episode for that. Now they're all in here talking about they getting steamed up. And we know Quinn, the background that she has, she doesn't really use vulgar language, but she's been using the word pussy. You hear me? Pussy. And unlike the other women, she said she came in here with her drawers on because she didn't want to sit on that seat. But you got the towel on though, right? Or are you supposed to lift the towel up and let the thing touch? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Low key, Angie's rehearsal for this Get Out is pretty dope. They should do this in real life. I'd pay a pretty penny. I'm talking $200-$300 for that front row. They got the person in the teacup talking about scrape, shink, scrape, shink. They dragging him down in the sink. He in the sunken place. We told you not to trust a white lady. I'm like, damn, this is actually pretty cool. They even lifted dude up. A sunken place. You're sinking. You're sinking. I'm like, damn, this is actually pretty cool. I ain't ever been to no Broadway play or nothing either. This would be my first. Now, the guy in the teacup, he's a gay gentleman, and he sees Angie, and Angie's like, what happened? Because I guess his guy just broke up with him, and he's like, yeah, it is big season 2. You know what I'm saying? We got to get out here and get to work. I'm like, oh, man, you done team somebody up with Angie? It's about to be hell in these streets. Ty calls Ann because she realized, I was a little hard. I shouldn't have broke up with her. What we got going on is what we got going on. Who cares what the people on the outside look at? And Ann saying, so what are we doing? You didn't apologize? Ty talking about when I called you, that was my apology. See, Ty trying to be too much a player. I still got to put her through, saying the Mo player school. I'm going to get her right, though. Ann saying, no, we didn't leave on the bad terms. You did. All this, you know what? I was right. So Ann is saying the night that she went over there for that first one night stand, and then she got up, ate the food, and didn't leave her number, she was right with this. So she's telling Ty, delete me. We don't need anything to do with each other. I wrote the article. That's it. We go our separate ways. So Ty, she's a little hurt. Just like Camille, you made a bad decision. It was irrational. It wasn't the right one. You didn't think it through. Now you got to live with it, and hopefully you can get Ann back. Quinn's mom shows up with Isabella. Now, she's supposed to be running for Congress. She's going to be younger than AOC, and she's supposed to be making her way in there. Unfortunately, she needs to upgrade her wardrobe. We know how Quinn's mom feels about this whole shop. She's like, treat her well because other than me, you don't have any paying customers. Mom had to cut the $2,500 for the rent. And we seen that Quinn and Isabella, they kind of feel the same way towards her mom. So let's see if they can make this happen because we know Quinn needs this money. They go in there, they get to shop, and I'm like, two beautiful women. How much these outfits cost in here, Quinn? Let me know because if you're going to be with Shine, don't worry about it, Isabella. It's on me. You know what I'm saying? I got about $3,000-$4,000 I can spend. Hopefully I ain't got to spend that whole thing, more like $500. But they said she dresses like Ross on Twitter, and we know Twitter can be very harsh on people. I told you, anybody teaming up with Angie, they gonna be hell. Now, her and the teacup, that's what we're gonna call him, teacup, because that's what he plays. They go to the athletic store. Angie's like, is this really a place that we should be? He's like, oh yeah, you find all the big dudes here. Now, they go up on a big guy, and we know how Angie is. She's talking about, do you want the breast, or do you want teacup's eyes? And then she looks, she's like, oh, you do have some nice eyes. Now, the big dude, he looks, and he's like, unfortunately, to both of y'all already have a guy. He's gay also. His boyfriend is in there helping him shop. So they like, dang. Well, let's go look for some food because if we go to food, there's going to be some big there. Oh, my goodness. Harlem, what are you doing to me? You got these two, Camille. Let me get back focused. Now, what she's telling Quinn is, I'm having another fundraiser. It's a 90s hip hop party. And Quinn's thinking, oh, my mom shouldn't be at that because she's going to, She's like, no. It ain't by her. Now, I'm thinking you should come here because it's going to be a nice little fundraiser and it's going to give her an opportunity to network with people. So Quinn, she's meeting the right people. We also know that she told Ty, hey, let me get some of your connects. You know what I'm saying? So I can make things shake. Now, if they were real business partners and real friends, what they would do is put a discount on the app talking about go to Quinn's boutique. Boom, boom, boom. You start getting all the gays to come there. Money, ching ching. It's cuffing season. Camille's out with her boy. And they looking at couches and things. And he on this white couch. She's like, oh no, that's too hard to clean. And I'm like, I agree because Angie come over and Angie get to being Angie, drop something. Oops, my bad. And you got to try to clean that shit up. Now, what she's doing is talking to Jameson and she's asking him, well, my ex, he's kind of having a tasting party. Would you like to go? Now, Jameson, he seems like a cool laid back guy. He's like, oh, I don't mind it. Me personally, I probably, is it free food? And do I got to meet this dude? Cause I really don't care about meeting people's exes. But the hell with it. I'ma roll with you. You my girl. Let's make it happen. They finally arrived to the tasting party. Now we know Aunt Tammy's gonna tell it like it is. Hey Camille, oh, you brought a date? Ian, you and your fiance here? And you and Camille are exes? Y'all messy. Now Mira, she's actually heard about Jameson. We heard him on the panel. So he's a well-spoken man. He's actually doing things in the community. So she pulls him off to the side and she's talking to him about all of his accomplishments and the things that he has moving forward. Aunt Tammy ain't letting up. She said, oh, thank you, nephew. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was. It was worse. I should have took a cue from your parents and not showed up. He's like, my parents are out of town. That's why they're not here. Now, also, he asked Camille, do you think it's weird that our dates are hitting it off? You know, I don't know what to say in a situation like this because I'm only going to talk to the woman I came with unless it's, I don't know. I don't even know who I would talk to unless it's like the investor or the owner of the place. I'm not about to associate with anybody. I'm going to grab me a table, give me some drink, try some food, and enjoy the evening. Back to Quinn and this 90s hip hop fundraiser. Sean showed up. He got the suit on. He got the J's on. They taking the prom picture. They got this is how we do it. It's Friday night and I feel all right. The party's here on the west side. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. Now, Sean's starting to open up a little bit more, and he talks about when he went to prom back in high school. Now, he's saying he went on a prom date with this girl. He didn't really get too many girls back then. He was a little short guy, and his parents were telling him, when you go to prom, be safe, because he'd never been on a date or anything, and don't have sex. He said, well, that was my first time having sex, and I ended up having my son. So she's listening. She's like, oh, okay. Now she's getting to know a little bit more about Sean because she's opened up to him, at least about our boutique and, you know, a couple of things. Now, Isabella comes over with a couple of her acquaintances. And of course, they know Isabella's mentor, Quinn's mother. And they're asking Sean, what is it that you do? Now, we know that he's Oscar de la Get Down, but he doesn't get a chance to say any of that before Quinn's like, oh, he's a dancer. He's a prestige dance place. He doesn't have any kids. And then he's like, that's not me. That's not my life. I have a son. I'm a stripper. He's embracing what he is, but he walks off because she's making up a story and lying about who he really is. Like she's ashamed of him. Somehow Ian and Camille, they stumble off in the kitchen by themselves. Now, if I'm here on a date with Camille, ain't no way I'm letting this go down. This is just a brother with a beard. You got to watch out for us. I mean, them. You got to watch out for them. Yeah, I'm not letting this one-on-one get on. Now, when they get in the back, he starts giving her own little personal taste test. And he's calling this one Yvonne. And that's Camille's middle name. And she's saying, what you should do here is bring in some of the, you know, some art, some of the blacks, you know, Harlem, bring it in here. And he's like, okay, that's interesting. Now, he actually brings in the investor, the guy that put up all the money to buy the restaurant. And he's telling them, this is Camille. She's actually going to come in and, you know, she's going to be our liaison to try to bring in some of them Harlem culture and make the locals embrace this place. Now, this man is extremely drunk, but when you're rich, hey, you can do that. Plus, hey, I got me a driver. I ain't got to worry about nothing. Ian's going to do all the talking. He's going to run the restaurant. I'm just putting the money down. Sean is upset and Quinn tries to talk to him before he leaves. And the reason he's upset is because she's making up a story of who he is. Like she's ashamed of how he's living his life. And the reason she says she did that is because these people know her mom. And if they go back and say she's dating a stripper with a kid, her mom's going to get upset. But the same thing we've been saying with Ty, it doesn't matter what other people think. This man helped you out. He got you a client. He came here so you wouldn't be at the 90s party by yourself. You're actually attracted to him and you're interested in him. So let him be him. He said he was a dancer. He didn't say he was a stripper. He knew what he could and couldn't say. Just got to let a man be a man sometimes. When you try to cover for him, I'm not going to lie to you. We don't really like that. If it's something we're ashamed of, we're not going to bring it up. But at least let us speak and say what we want to say. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't downplay what we got going on because you're with me. You sleeping with me. So if you ain't ashamed to sleep with me, you shouldn't be ashamed of who I am in public. Now, Angie and Teacup, they've been failing. So they're going to do some karaoke to make up for the evening. They both up there, they singing. You know, Angie, she animated. We just seen her in the play. She dancing, she doing all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, y'all getting it. While Angie and Teacup are singing, they start showing us everybody else. Now we see Ty, she's at work and she's working overtime. And her assistant is like, is everything all right? And then we see her bend over and she grabs like her hip or her side. So we're wondering, what is wrong with her? Quinn, she want to go get her man back. So she goes to the strip club because he said, I got to go to work early tonight. The best way to clear your mind is to go get some money. And what she does, she makes herself vulnerable. She's telling them, I'm not better than you. So she actually gets up there and she starts stripping in front of everybody. Well, she don't really strip, but you know what I'm saying? She gets up there and she's like, look, I'm willing to be open with you, Shine. Or is it Oscar Della, you down? Teacup tells Angie, I'm not gay, I'm bi. So she like, what? So you really do like my titties? He's like, yeah. She like, well, you do got some good eyes. So they get to kissing. Hey, what I tell you, when Quinn and Camille were in that yoga session talking about niggas ain't shit. Well, he got him a big nigga. Because if you a black woman and you say the word nigga, you a nigga too. But she like, let me finish this song and then we can go get it on. Jameson been putting in that work. He's been around Camille even more. Now, he wants to know, I'm going to be gone in a couple of weeks. But at the same time, you know, we can make things happen. Do you want to be my girlfriend? It's like, yeah, I'll be your girlfriend if you be my boyfriend. I'm like, oh. It's time for the routine women's meetup. You know, we got to get the crew together. And since Jameson never met him, he tags along. But when he gets there, they want to go through a vetting process. And Angie being Angie, she talk about drop your drawers right now. He's like, they like, nah, it's just a joke. But then they ask these questions. What is your go-to album? Do you have your finances in order? Do you have your own place? And let me tell you something, brothers. If anybody asks you what type of music you like, always go with old school. You can't miss with that. I would have said the Isley Brothers or the Temptations. Old school, no one's ever gonna be like, old school music. It's a win-win. But of course, I got my finances together. I got my own place. I mean, they're vetting this man like they're supposed to. They didn't vet Angie. She ain't got her own place. Her finances ain't in order. But that's neither here or there. But the important question is, do you let Camille take control in the bedroom? He's like, oh yeah. So they, all right, you can sit down. You can sit down. Quinn and Ty, they get on the train and they're saying they had a good time and it was good to meet Jameson. Now, while they're on the train, we seen that something was wrong with Ty's side and she ends up falling down. And Quinn's like, someone called the police. So we don't know what is wrong with Ty at this point. There you go. Episode 6 of Harlem. I got a question. It's an important one. If you were on a date with your significant other, whoever that may be, and they're going to an event hosted by their ex, would you allow them to be one-on-one with their ex out of your sight, back in the kitchen, tasting some food? Let me know what you guys think. I'm Mo.J. If you like the content on the channel, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.